Hi, everybody. My name is Mara Elliott, and I am a second grade teacher at Madison Elementary. And if you are watching this video, hopefully you are going to be joining our class family for this year in second grade. I am super excited to see all of you. I have missed you so much. I am just so happy to be back at work and to be back doing hard things and figuring out how we're going to work out this together and make it as fun as possible. And I am just so excited to see you guys. A little bit about me. I absolutely love Madison. I have been a teacher for 17 years, and 16 of those have been here at Madison. I absolutely love our family. This is absolutely my favorite place to be. When I was not here in the springtime, I missed everyone. I missed my teacher friends, my staff member friends, my just the students, the families, everybody. I miss them, missed you guys so much. When I started back to work last week, I was my mental status just changed completely. I just became so much happier and so much more excited. And I am just so thankful to be here and to be able to work with you. I truly believe that Madison Elementary is the very best school to attend, and that our staff and our students are the very best as well. As far as my home family goes, I am fortunate enough to have 3 children, and I only have one living at home with me now. He is 15. His name's Killian, and he is a sophomore at Westerville Central. So those of you working parents who are, well, all parents that are trying to struggle with figuring out schedules and things, I'm right there with you. Westerville is online right now, and he and I have worked really hard about, what it's going to look like when I leave in the morning, and making sure that he gets to his class, his online classes and things like that. So I have some tips and tricks I can share with you if you'd like, and I would love to have any that you have too, because we're kind of in this together. And that's we're gonna do this really great. But my other 2 kids have grown, are out of the house, and they're doing their thing, and I'm super proud of them. I get to talk to them as much as I can, email and video chat and things like that, while they're doing their thing. So it's kind of a crazy world, but I can relate to most of you and your families too. So that's a little bit about me. Our goals for this year, Groveport Madison Local Schools has adopted an acronym AIM, which stands for Academics, Intention, and Mindset. And we have created goals as a district. And then also at Madison, we have adopted those goals for ourselves too. And you can read more about those on our website, but essentially it's those 3 components that help us to make sure that our world is inclusive and is intentional, and we all have positive attitudes, and we're trying to learn those hard things as the best that we can. The academics piece, of course, is the curriculum. We're making sure that we are trained and prepared and ready to deliver curriculum in whatever way possible to you guys, which for right now is going to be through live sessions and online learning, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to a hybrid soon, and be able to do that face to face. Intention is just very mindfully thinking of setting an intention for learning and setting an intention for teaching. And this is something that we're doing as teachers, and that we're also going to be helping our students to start thinking about too, and really set goals for themselves and really learn with intention, so that the things that we do aren't just because we have to do them. It's there's a purpose and a reason behind that, and to do things very intentionally. And then that third part is the mindset, which goes a lot with the intention. It's that idea that we can do hard things. We can work hard to make sure that we're learning everything that we can. And just because something's hard right now doesn't mean that we can't do it and that we need to give up. We need to just find new strategies, and maybe find a partner or a helper that can help, or a different resource that is available to us. And I have to tell you, everyone here at Madison is so committed to our family, to our families, to our student, to our classroom family, and we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we are making strives towards those goals, and doing all of those things the best that we can. Communication. The best way to get a hold of me is through Class Dojo. I did send out a message today. I do have all my parents connected, but not everybody was getting my messages. So if you haven't logged on to Dojo recently, get that app back on your phone or get on that computer and look that up. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Just kind of shoot me a message that says that you saw my message and how you're feeling about the starting of the year, so that I can see, who I need to track down to kind of make sure that I have a moment-to-moment way to communicate with you. Email is also good. I'm available through email almost all the time. Uh, Staff members at Groveport Madison Schools follow the same pattern for our email addresses. It's first name dot last name at gocruisers.org. So you can get a hold of any of us that way easily. You can also call the school and leave a message. If I am in a live session, I will not be able to take your call right then. I will have to call you back. But Mrs. Vaughter is amazing, and she'll have my schedule, and she'll know, when to deliver that message to me. That phone number is 614-833-2011. Communication wise, like if we need to work out something else, a weekly Google Meet or a face-to-face phone conversation, something like that, like I'm more than willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that we're getting communication, with each other as clearly as possible. That is something that I think is really important. Attendance, we are following the district guidelines that can be found in the Responsible Restart for Families guide that is on our website. Here at Madison, we are expecting students to log in at 9 a.m. For their first session, which is announcements. And then their first live meet, which is their first live Google Meet, is at 9:15. And for second grade, their special areas. So this year, special areas will be in a 3-week block. So they will have PE for 3 weeks, and then music for 3 weeks, and then art for 3 weeks, or however that works out according to our rotation schedule. This will help out kind of alleviate some of the things that happened in the spring with not knowing when to do what, and so forth. And they will be live teaching. And then there may be something that they do outside of that live lesson, but they should be prepared to attend for that. When I will take over the class from that Google Meet. Essentially, your job is to get them logged on at 9 a.m. and I will do the rest, where we will do the rest. So I will come and take over for that special area teachers, very similar to the way that I would here. At 10 a.m., I am going to send a list of names of people who I have not seen yet. So anyone's faces that I have not physically seen, I will send a list to the office, and an all call will go out to families. This is just kind of check in and say, hey, like maybe you're at work and, an older sibling was supposed to get a child up and they, slept in too late or something happened, just to kind of like try to get those kids on and actively learning. An official absence will not be recorded until the next morning. So if your child then does not show up or is not actively engaged in a lesson for 24 hours. So if you have contacted me before and you're going to do a live lesson or do a recorded lesson or if something like that, that's not an absence. That would be, so an arrangement that we have made. Or if your child is sick and you've called the school and said, hey, they're sick. Please let me know too, just so that I can kind of, keep an eye out for, assignments that I can give them to kind of make up for that. But we are looking for students that are actively engaged in class. So if your child is not actively engaged for 24 hours, their absence will be reported on Progress Book and will be an official attendance record. There are going to be recorded lessons that I will post every day at 4:30. If for some reason you're going to, you have a doctor's appointment or you're going to miss for one reason or another, there's some sort of issue, those recorded lessons will be available. Our daily schedule, I'm going to change screens here real quick to show you that real fast. I will be sending home a copy of the schedule with you in your bag. So when you pick up your computer, you should have that. I don't know what happened to it. Okay. Here's a copy of our schedule. Again, you probably already have this in front of you, so I'm just going to go over it pretty quickly. The main thing that I want to stress is that if you can make sure that your student is on and logged into the Google Meet at 9, watch the announcements at 9, and then at 9:15 be at that Google Meet. I will take over, and we as teachers will control, kind of keep track of the work and everything until 12:15. So if if you need to work from home or things, as long as you get them logged on and you can kind of peek and make sure that they're working, or if you have a babysitter or a daycare teacher that is just kind of keep an eye on them, I will do everything. One thing that's going to make it easier is if your student has headphones that have a microphone, kind of like cell phone earbuds, that they can use to communicate with me, as well as be able to listen to the live feed and block out any distractions from other students that may be working nearby, or other things that might be going on at home. At 12:15, you have lunch and recess. I would love it if this time was spent not in front of a screen. So whatever you can do to, eat some lunch, ride a bike, play in the yard, do some jumping jacks, do some physical activity. Just because they are in front of the screen so much, this is an hour where they can kind of get a break from that, and get a little bit of their wiggles out. At 1:15, they'll come back for a Madison meeting. That's a check-in. It's where I'm going to do some of those mindset skills and those mindset meetings, and we're just going to talk about how things are going for about 15 minutes, and then we'll go into guided reading groups. In the beginning, guided reading groups is all going to be done kind of whole group, where I may say, we're all going to meet at that 1:30 time, or, go right in from Madison meeting. And then I may just say, okay, you and you and you go do this for a minute, and then I'll come and get you from the Go Guardian, or log back into the Google Meet at this time. We're going to see how that works. But in the beginning, we're going to be doing some assessing and things like that, so everyone can just come at the same time. And then I'll let you know more about that. 2:30, basically right from then, we go into writing and family meeting wrap up and question time, which takes us through the end of our day. This is all, again, live and in person, or not in person, but live and face-to-face with me. So just, if you can make sure that your child is logged on during that time and is in a nice quiet place where he or she can listen and follow along, that would be awesome. And then down the family meeting wrap up and question time, if as a parent, if you want to pop in on, kind of stick your head around the corner and onto your child's screen and ask me a question, or, set up a time to talk, that's fine too. This is also a good time for them to ask any questions. I will be doing my very best to post live recordings of our lessons by 4:30 every day on Google Classroom. If your child has not ever logged on to Google Classroom before, which our first graders here at Madison did do that last year. So there is a link in Clever, which is the little teeny tiny C that's up in the corner of your screen. Hopefully you can see my cursor. Let me see. Oh, look at that. That's fancy. Okay, up here in the corner of the screen, there's a blue C. This is their Clever portal. If they once they log into their Chromebook using their username and password, that little C will show up. If they click on that little C, everything that they need to get to for me is there, including a link to Google Classroom. Google Classroom can also be found in the 6 dots menu, or the 9 dots menu. So in this 9 dot menu, Google Classroom is there, as well as their Google Drive and access to some other things that they might need, Google Meet, Google Chat, things like that. So as far as that goes, once they get to Google Classroom, they are going to see, mine's going to look a little bit different because I have another classroom, but they'll have a box that looks like, let me get my fancy focus mouse out again. Ooh. That looks like this, and it'll say join class. for them. If they have other classes in here right now, I would like you to leave those classes because we aren't going to use those this year. We're not going to use art. We're not going to use music or PE. Everyone is going to be posting within one homeroom. So in your classroom, there'll be tabs for each special area or specialist that works with your child. We're all just going to be in one hub, so we're not going to have to jump around to a bunch of classes. I think that was one of the things that we found was very frustrating last year. So if they click on the join class, and then they will find themselves on a screen that looks like this. All of our Google Meets can be found by clicking this link. It'll take you right into our meeting. If I am not in the meeting yet, it will not allow them to join. So it'll just say it's not available yet. So I'm going to try to be there a little bit earlier so that I'm ready for everybody. But depending on, how things go, bear with me. That's the link. We're going to get there, figure it out. Classwork is underneath this tab here. When there are right now, you can see on my screen, I have topics set up. Your child's screen will not show these topics until things have been assigned to this class. So there'll be some resources underneath here. The morning announcements will go under here. The specials are here. If you are, if Mrs. Copeland services you, you will see a topic here. If you do not see Mrs. Copeland for language skills, you will not see this topic, or there you may not see anything in this topic. Then there's a math and an ELA and phonics. The Madison meeting, if I decide to put some resources in there, they'll see those. Reading groups, writing activities, and then once the week is finished, I'll put the past assignments down in here so that they kind of don't clutter up the feed. Ms. Dressel is our school counselor, and she has already added a website that allows you to kind of connect with her. She is replacing Mr. Smith as our guidance counselor. She's amazing. You're going to love her. I love her. She's great. I think she's going to be an awesome addition to our staff. So we are super excited to have her here. I think that's about it for Google Classroom. I'm going to send home some other videos just to kind of give more detail, but I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about that a little bit now. That's about it for me. I am super excited to meet you guys and to get started with our new lessons and our new activities. And I really hope that we have an awesome year, no matter what it looks like. Here, in person, hybrid, back and forth. I'll be here trying to do the best that I can to make everybody, learn things in the best way possible. If there's anything I can do for you, please call me or get a hold of me on Dojo, and it's going to be a great year. Thanks. Bye.